Welcome to Nacho Fitness Coach. I'm Sara, the expert.
And I'm Caleigh, the beginner.
Join us as we discuss fitness culture
from our two very different perspectives.
So grab yourself a protein shake
or a glass of wine
and let's get started. So Caleigh, we all know at this point how you feel about vegetables.
Yeah, no.
So our guest tonight, Brittany, is going to maybe shed some light on why you should love vegetables more.
Bring it on.
You're like, this is a hard sell.
It is.
It's a hard sell.
It's going to be hard to convince me.
She is the plant lady. I feel like that's not a good way to say it. What do you, I mean, because Epic has a tagline, eating plants is cool.
Oh yeah. Eating plants is cool.
See? So you have a business.
I do have a business.
Epic Salads. Mm-hmm. And then your like motto is eating plants is cool.
Yeah. That's kind of what Epic stands for.
I noticed that the other day. It dawned on me. I was like, is it epic or eating plants is cool?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I never put that together until right now. So
I did a lot of writing words and it kind of just clicked.
Yes.
Love it.
Love that.
Corny, but I love a good corny saying.
We love corny. Well, I mean, either or. I guess vegetables might do that for some people. No. Not for Caleigh.
Wasn't even me this time.
I take my chances when I can to get a good zinger in, I guess. But that was a great one. Hit for the whole season. I'm like, no. So, yes, you have this business, but you have quite the history in organic farming, vegetables that transitioned into the business.
So kind of started with, I moved to Hawaii to do a work trade on an organic farm, just be a total hippie and like give no craps. And it was a small scale farm, and that is where I met Nathan, my partner. And so he already had a plan to come back to Nebraska and start this small scale vegetable farm. And I didn't really have any plans. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll go to Nebraska. No offense.
Not exactly. My husband thinks the same thing. He's
I don't think anybody's excited.
Born and raised in Arizona,
Nebraska.
and he's like, how did I end up here?
Yeah. I am born and raised in the Midwest, but when I left, I was like, I am never living there again. Now I'm like in the sun, but it's great. So we came back and started the farm and just started working with food, and I kind of wanted to find my thing. And salads was kind of my everyday dish.
Is it still a small scale organic farm, or have you grown it some?
We're still small scale.
Okay.
We're really kind of cutting back, mostly just growing for the salads and then what we're going to eat. And then, of course, if we have extra, we'll feed it to the community, but pretty small.
So the salads are growing now.
Salads is growing, yeah. We kind of hit waves, I guess, but I guess I'm learning that that's business.
Yeah.
I don't really like that part of the business.
No, that's hard for any business. Is trying to figure it out.
But summer's here, so it feels like we're going to thrive, and yeah, it's good.
So
it's cool to see people enjoy a plant-based, because the salads are all plant-based, so no meat, no dairy, no processed food. Enjoy it when they've probably never really had a lot of the things that I'm serving them.
Yeah.
So I think that part has been really cool to see.
They are delicious.
Thank you.
I intentionally don't read the ingredients that are listed, because I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like that or not. But when you put anything together correctly, it's going to be super flavorful and it's going to be yummy. And I don't know, they all are.
Yeah, flavor. I think that kind of steers why people are like, oh, I don't like vegetables. Maybe you can relate. But a lot of people have the steamed vegetables growing up. So you just pop the freezer bag into the microwave and you literally eat it like that. And I have had that just like at Nate's parents. Yeah. No offense, Risa.
Yeah, I grew up
but
on
we're always
vegetables.
Like, where is the seasoning? You know, I mean, for me, I do keep some things in the freezer that are good for like soups, but I think really cutting it and sauteing it and getting that flavor, I mean, that's what really changes.
It's like
vegetables.
a whole art to it.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's all about how you cook it, Caleigh.
Never looked at it that way.
See?
And then lay it out.
Oh, the pictures are beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
It's so colorful.
I almost ordered just based on like your pictures online. I was like, kind of looks good.
Yeah.
But then I remembered it was just all vegetables. And
I was out.
I didn't do it.
The beet hummus is yummy. It's good. Do you like beets?
I think we established that I've never tried a beet.
It's good. I mean, they're good. They're like sweet kind of too.
They're sweet. I mean, if you eat like a beet out of the ground, it's going to have that gritty, if you want to say dirty, like dirt tasting. Yeah. But when you do something with it, like in one salad, we marinate it. And it's like, quote unquote beet poke.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so good. At least I think.
See? Yeah. It is delicious.
Yeah. I don't think I've had
got to trust the beet,
Yes. It gives you the color. It just pops.
Because you're supposed to eat the rainbow.
You are supposed to eat the rainbow. It's good for you. And that'd be a good challenge for you and the girls for like a homeschool project, is to try to find a way to eat all the different colors.
That'd be a stretch.
All you have to do is just buy one of the salads.
Maybe I'll.
I think they'd probably all come.
Me.
Mandarin oranges are on one of them too, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, I like.
So you get some Papa orange.
You know me. I'm never like. I mean, I try all kinds of weird. I'll set myself up for a challenge. I did a 3-day vegan diet.
Did you finish that though?
Well, yeah, it was only 3 days.
That's true. Anyone could do anything for 3 days.
But that was rough.
I feel like you eliminated a lot of stuff though.
What was the challenge?
It wasn't so much a challenge. I just found a 3-day vegan.
So what was an example of your day that you ate? Do you remember?
Shoot, it's been a while. It was like kiwi, spinach.
We did smoothies.
Yeah, there was the smoothie. There was a strawberry smoothie bowl, which I thought was going to be really good, and I struggled.
You got to put
flaxseed. They
banana
wanted me to put
and
flaxseed on everything. I don't think there was banana in that. But the one thing that I remember very well is the arugula we talked about.
Oh, it's so good.
I had never tried arugula before, and I will never have it again.
It's great on a pizza.
Uh-huh. It is.
It tasted like
all about balance.
You're a texture. We've established that she's a big texture person.
Texture issues.
Some.
But just if you're new to it, it is going to take some time to adjust. It's just like if you're trying to cut out sugar.
Yeah.
Think about how much we're like, want the sugar. But then when we don't have it, it's like, ooh, that's too sweet.
Oh, yeah. It changes quick.
Because I was so picky growing up. I'm talking like meat and cheese only.
Yeah.
Nothing could touch. Like the bland of the bland, chicken fingers and fries.
See, and I never really grew out of that, so I'm still.
It took some challenging, like when I moved and I met people where I really started to like different foods. And now Nathan likes like all kinds of weird food. So
in Hawaii was when that change probably happened for you more so than getting here, or?
Yeah, it started in California. I lived in California before Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of, I think that environment is just like a little bit more like really clean, like really driven in that sense. Yeah. And buying all your produce. And I was like, honestly, so broke that I couldn't even afford meat anyway. So I was like, pasta and vegetables it is. Like, sometimes I get chicken if I'm lucky. And then, Hawaii, I didn't even know, but when I moved there, it was a vegan farm. So we had no meat and it didn't really bother me. And then, we kind of just had plant-based milk. And then at the end of the stay, we were eating meat again. And when I moved back here, but now it's just kind of, I don't know. Nate grew up eating meat as well, but now he doesn't really eat it as much. Or if he does, he really wants like a high quality meat. Mm-hmm. But I didn't really push him. I was kind of in the beginning, like, come on, do this with me. Yeah. Don't eat it. And he's like, I'm not giving it up. I'm like, whatever, on your own time. Yeah. So then I would just make stuff. And then, now depending on what he eats, like, I think you can just feel it in your gut. Again, it's when we take out sugar, we eat it. We're like, oh God. So now when I eat dairy, I'm like, oh,
it's so much heavier.
Yeah. It was worth the company of being with my friends, but my stomach is like, ooh,
it's mad.
What happened? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think it's kind of all about balance. Actually, I just went to Costa Rica like a month ago, and one of the guys there was saying, because he's like raw vegan, plant-based, it's pretty intense. But he was saying, when you're with someone, if someone gives you a meal and if it's not up to your standard or your liking, or you usually don't eat those things, now it's no longer about the food and it's more about who you're with. And I've been kind of just trying to keep that mentality. Mm-hmm. Like when I'm out to eat, I can avoid the meat. I think that's easy to just take out, but it's like, I'm going to eat something. I'm not going to sit here and not eat. So I just try to enjoy the company in that sense. I feel like that's such a good mindset to have. And I really love that he said that. So that's kind of been like, I'm just going to like let it ride.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Not stress out about it.
Yeah.
Well, and one thing I've learned about restaurants and going through different phases is they can accommodate anything. I mean, they're used to accommodating people, especially with like allergies or like extreme reactions and things like that. And so sometimes it's just ask them for what you want. And a lot of times they got the ingredients back there.
Right.
You know, it's like just throw in a bowl. I don't have to order anything off the menu, but I know you've got certain vegetables and this and that, and they can prepare things however they want. So it's just not being afraid to ask either. Yeah. When you are going out for like a social reason or whatever.
Yeah. Every place has a salad. Every place has a side vegetable. Every place has maybe like a grain, avocado probably, you know, like it kind of just like mix match your own thing.
Yeah. So. And I always do it with a smile first. I was like, I'm going to be really difficult, but can you please? And then they're always like, okay, sure. I mean, I'm sure if you would be like,
I know I'm so that person, but it's just like,
at you in the back.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
But you know, if you start with a smile, an actual, you know, like,
leave them a nice tip at the end.
I
like,
acknowledge the fact that what I'm asking you is off the menu, but I know it can happen. So I'll say please and thank you and be good to go. So, but it is crazy though how fast your taste buds will change when you start kind of phasing certain things out, or intentionally or not intentionally, and it just kind of starts happening. All of a sudden, you're like, oh wait, that doesn't taste like I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, before either sometimes.
See, and that's what I would do is because like before I started more intentionally like trying to eat healthier, because I was so picky and I only liked the things that I liked, and the things that I liked were sugar and processed foods and crap. And I would always think, because that's what we talk about, what my brain does, is like, starting tomorrow, I'm going to be vegan.
Right. Yeah. You the most extreme thing. Like, I'm here, but I'm going to go way over there.
And so over the last year, I really just, because like I was looking at one of those healthy meal plans we talked about earlier today.
Your AI created one.
And I was like, I actually could eat happily. I actually could eat quite a bit of that and be fine.
Had that same answer a year ago?
No, none of it. Almost.
Yeah.
Like Greek yogurt. We talked about trying to eat the Greek yogurt a while back.
Yeah, that was only a few months ago.
I don't know if I can just eat it with a spoon without at least a fruit or protein powder or something, but I wouldn't have even messed with it a year ago. No.
I'm so proud of you. You're growing up.
I'll have to grow up
steps.
sometime.
Yeah, baby steps. Well, you know, and how you prepare it is definitely part of it too, because
it's a big part.
a lot of the vegetables, like you said, that I grew up on were out of the freezer, you know, microwave, mushy, frozen Brussels sprouts from the microwave with Velveeta cheese. I mean, if you talk about two contrasting flavors in your mouth, you've got like this sweet, highly processed Velveeta cheese, and then like the bitter and then Brussels sprouts in the microwave just don't match in
The
general.
only thing Velveeta is good for, and tell me if I'm wrong, is for the dip.
Oh yeah,
The crock pot dip.
for sure,
That's
100%.
the only time I've ever.
the Rotel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I would agree. Yeah. I mean, I haven't, it's been years since I've purchased Velveeta. I've definitely phased that out, but getting to the point where I learned how to roast Brussels sprouts in the oven and they're like crispy. It's amazing.
Yeah. Game changer.
Total game changer.
I think the challenge is that I obviously really love to cook, but not everybody does.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, I'm not a mom right now. And so I have maybe the time. I mean, we're all busy, really.
Yeah.
Like if we don't have kids, we now have a million other things that
Absolutely.
we're
Feel it.
but yeah, like time and if you're just like, don't like being in the kitchen, I think that makes it tough, but I don't really know how to go around that part, but
Vegetables definitely taste better freshly
easy things.
cooked.
I think just, everyone knows how to chop and then you just toss it in the oven. I'd say that's like our lazy meals when we don't want to cook. It's like, well, what vegetables can we round up from the fridge, toss them in the oven and have a bowl. And cause stuff does take extra time. You know, if I want to make a plant-based mac and cheese, it's going to take time.
Right.
Oh, how do you make a plant-based
so
mac and cheese?
good. There's like a couple. You can do like a cashew one, or there's a gal I follow on Instagram that has like a potato carrot nutritional yeast. If you've never heard of it,
I have it in the in the cabinet.
good on
You don't know what
everything.
nutritional yeast is?
It's basically like a powdery like cheese flavor.
Yeah.
It's so good. I mean, you would like it because it's like cheesy.
It's flaky.
It's so good on
or
popcorn.
It's kind of like Parmesan cheese texture.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, it's nutritional yeast.
But yeah, the veggie mac and cheese, it's like, I would be eating that sometimes and I'm like, oh my God, it's so good. You know?
Do you think that could replace your Kraft mac and cheese?
Never. No.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't taste like Kraft mac and cheese.
Is it like radioactive orange?
No, it doesn't get. That's true. The nutritional yeast does not have that orange colored
Yeah, it
pop.
doesn't.
It's more like a yellow, like a
Fluorescent.
muted yellow.
Yeah.
You'd probably try it though.
Probably could do a lot of things.
I think I'm going to be that mom that's like, okay, you have to at least try it.
Oh,
You don't
I
have
am
to
that
like
mom
it.
that's-
Are you?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how
I'm not even
we
a mom
are.
yet. I'm like, I'm definitely going to be that mom. 'Cause
yeah.
I say that to everyone. I'm like, just try it.
Yeah.
And then if you hate it, spit it out. I won't be offended.
But they get used to it. Like if that's already what you're doing at your house, like your kids will get used to that.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Somehow
I'm
my
getting to the point
kids
with
love
friends.
veggies. I did
that's
not
true.
see
Audrey
this
just has
coming.
a bar that you put out for her, like a buffet.
Oh, she'll eat spinach, all that, just raw spinach. She loves asparagus, broccoli, carrots. They love vegetables.
But they're so much younger. They haven't been like growing up with.
And I've
I mean,
always
not that they don't
tried
eat
not
it,
to be
but-
like, even with my dislike of vegetables, I've always tried to not be like, ugh, don't eat, ew.
Here, you should try it.
mushrooms. Oh.
Mushrooms are so good.
Ooh, yeah.
So good.
That's like my one that I don't think I'll ever get there.
We were hating on peppers earlier today too.
Yeah, peppers.
Wasn't that the mushrooms and the peppers? You're like,
Mushrooms
I
and
can't do
peppers.
these from this shopping list.
As a matter
Like,
of fact,
no.
when I because now I do my meal planning with AI.
Yeah.
And I'm like, give me a healthy meal plan for a family of 4, 2 kids. And I'll say exclude mushrooms and bell peppers.
Take them out. What happened when you asked AI to come up with a unhealthy meeting plan?
We want to talk about this?
Yeah, let's talk about it. 'Cause how'd
So
that go?
just out of curiosity. Well, because you had a grocery list on your gym website that I was
do.
looking at. And
Yeah.
I was looking at it and I was like, I wouldn't even know what to do with any of this stuff. It was just all whole foods. And I was like, okay, I can buy it. What am I going to do with it?
Right.
And so I was like, went to ChatGPT and I was like, make me a meal plan with this out of this grocery list. And it did. And that's what we were talking about earlier. Some decent, I just wouldn't know what to do with it.
Right.
So
Right.
here you go.
There you go.
And then I don't know, that sparked something. And I was like, hey, give me a super, I think, quote, like super unhealthy meal plan. And I think I have it pulled up still.
And you're like, oh wow, I feel attacked.
Well, it was like, because I thought it was going to be like really like outrageous stuff, just like wildly unhealthy. And it was, but I'm looking through it and I'm like, I mean, I've eaten like this like, for most
You're like
of my
guilty.
life. I mean, like not to this extreme, but it's like sugary cereal with whole milk and a glass of orange juice, and then potato chips. They made sure it specified like deep fried chicken wings. I'm like, okay, like
well, I
can
mean,
we just call them chicken wings? Like, but yeah, and then
have a bag of potato chips for a snack.
right, exactly.
yeah, there's 2 snacks.
Is there
on
any
each of these.
vegetables on there?
Not a one.
Not a single
No.
vegetable.
No. No, so like here's an example of one day. Breakfast, pancakes with maple syrup and a side of bacon. Snack, donuts and a sugary coffee drink. Lunch, fried chicken sandwich with a large serving of onion rings and a sugary soda. Snack 2, cheese puffs and a chocolate milkshake. Dinner, I don't know if they're saying you have to eat this whole thing, but it's a large pepperoni pizza.
Oh,
With extra cheese and garlic breadsticks. And then for dessert, ice cream sundae with chocolate sauce and whipped cream. Now, it is a lot. I'm not saying I've eaten
I don't
like that.
think that's that far from a typical American diet.
It's really
though.
not. That's what
Yeah.
really struck me. I was like, oh, toaster pastries for breakfast and a glass
Yeah.
of chocolate milk.
Still haven't had those.
Bag of cheese curls.
I mean, I think that's what a lot of people are kind of, maybe not that extreme,
Yeah, right.
but eating those things. I mean, I
Well, they're the
definitely ate
easy
Fruit
things.
Loops growing up. And,
Same.
I just think like, well, I'm not going to say like way back in the day because I'm not that old.
Right.
Like, I just don't feel like health was overly like talked about or like, you know, at the forefront really of like how much it can really heal you or, you know, like, I mean, I just believe food is medicine. So, you know, yeah, maybe I do a little bit of this, but then it's like majority of my 98% of my diet is, I feel pretty clean. But yeah, like I learned that on my own, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
and my mom learns it now too, but again,
back then, I don't think we knew. I mean, honestly, in like the 80s and 90s when all that stuff first started coming out, it's like manufacturing started ramping up and they were like, oh, let's do this. And then all of a sudden it was highly palatable and people enjoyed it and it's like selling. And then all of a sudden it just became a business.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a money making machine. It had nothing to do with health. And then all of a sudden I think it started just backfiring. You know, you have a couple of decades of when, you know, you have the commercials and you're pushing stuff and all the things.
Well,
and
I
all
think
of a sudden we're like,
obesity became an issue.
Yep.
But like for me, I'm like with feeding my kids, I think it's always been like, I haven't so much put healthy food at the forefront. And it's always just been like, just feed the kids, just get the kids fed.
Right.
And now it's occurring to me that, I should probably feed them.
Think about this stuff.
Healthy food.
Well, I will tell you, like in our house, it backfires a little bit because I don't cook with recipes at all. So I would take that shopping list and I would make the chicken breast and it would just be plain chicken. And then it would be just plain, but
no ranch.
No ranch, no recipes. I'm like, I don't have time for that. Like I'll chop up strawberries. Like last night, I think we did grilled chicken breast. I chopped it up. Broccoli that I did just get out of the freezer and just warmed it up or whatever. Chopped strawberries and a handful of cashews.
I've been doing a lot more of that since we talked about that.
Yeah. And just like, cause I had all the different colors, right? It's like I had the meat and I had some broccoli that was green and red and it was like popping super beautifully. But my kids have always eaten that way. So when they went to school.
So now they're snobs.
They are kind of snobby about it. Or like if they go to a friend's house, they're like, what is this?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so then we've talked about just try it. And they've gotten better at school, you know, because the school lunches are not that. And so, you know, just try it. You can eat this way at home, but that can be your 80-20, you know, you're still going to live in the world and life. Just try other things, I guess.
Yeah. I won't say that does kind of worry me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I always will like, I don't know. I did watch a video on hot dogs, which I should never have done. If you haven't,
don't. No, I intentionally
so now
have
I'm
not.
mortified.
Yes.
It's like spam musubi in Hawaii or musubi. So good. But I'm like, I cannot believe I ate spam. But like, I don't know. It's just so good. It's just, it's hard.
Sometimes you're better just not knowing some of that stuff.
Like me.
Yeah, right. You're like, I
don't know what's in a hot dog.
Life is fine. It doesn't matter. It's just deep.
And again, on like just feed the kids, I think, we do kind of go in survival mode. So like at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, kids are picky. What are you supposed to do then? Like if they don't want vegetables, like just feed them something. You know, they have to be eating.
I never let them have a chance to be picky.
No,
we have an amazing pediatrician, and she just was like, not even once. Don't cater to them once because they're smart little things. They will know. So it's just they know you give in. So, you know.
See, but I've noticed like now I'm noticing that the things that my kids are picky about is recipe foods, like a casserole that, you know.
They like casseroles?
No, that like if it's like a questionable combination of food cooked together, because that's the stuff they're picky about. And when they're like, oh, that's a piece of broccoli, that's a green bean, that's an egg.
I know what to expect.
Yeah. They're really not picky in that way, but they are like, you know, something with a mystery sauce or something. They're like, what is this?
I'm that way too. Like, I don't want any surprises.
Tuna casserole.
Tuna casserole.
Cheesy tuna noodle casserole any night.
That is pretty legit, actually.
I did love Hamburger Helper growing up.
Oh, God. I love Hamburger Helper.
Wow.
We actually just had some a few weeks ago. I got a wild hankering for some the beef. Cheesy beef.
Yeah.
Pasta.
It's like cheeseburger macaroni.
No, that's a different one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, I got through college on this stuff, but I don't think we've had hamburger helper.
Yeah, no, it's been like a couple decades.
It had been a long
has been
time
for
since
me.
we had it also. And I was like, oh, that sounds really good. It wasn't as good as I thought it was
Well,
going to
that's
be.
the thing. Like your taste buds, they'll
Yeah.
change, they evolve. You start getting, used to new things, and all of a sudden it's like, this is not the way that I remember it tasting.
Yeah, I grew up on that stuff though. With a piece of bread.
yeah.
With a piece of bread and some butter on it.
Oh yeah, for sure. So good. But I am a huge fan now of the fresh vegetables. I can't grow anything, so I'm like out of luck with trying to do my own garden. But that's why I'm like, we've got you. So
Yeah. That
get
we
the salads
are
and-
super spoiled in the summer.
Yeah.
Just being able to go to the backyard. And
what do you do in the winter?
we do we do have some stuff that we can overwinter
Okay.
and can.
Do you do?
But not
do you have
enough.
a greenhouse?
Yeah, but not heat regulated.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a struggle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of am a vegetable snob. I
Yeah.
hate to admit that.
Well, you
but
have
like,
to be. I
It's
mean,
kind of
That's own it.
hard. Yeah. I think also just cooking my own food and having such, like, we had really great chefs in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. And I've just visited places that have also been plant-based who are so good. So now I feel like it is a little bit challenging for me to go out to eat.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I love to go out. I'm such a social person.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I'm like, oh, man, could have made this better at home.
Yeah.
You know?
I wish we had more fresh food options. I mean, I love that the salads are downtown on the square now, but they're selling out in like a day. They're gonna need get a bigger cooler for you,
Yeah, they are selling out. Yeah.
which is great.
cool.
But it's hard because there's not really many choices to be able to go. Sometimes I just want like a good rice bowl, or like it could be salads, rice bowls, just something a little bit lighter and fresh. But it's impossible.
Rice bowls have been on my idea list. I think it's hard because rice really is better fresh.
Yeah.
And it's just not the same the second or the third day. Even though they're in my salads, I'm never as pleased to put it in my salad.
Yeah. Day one's way better.
Agreed. It's just got that
It gets sticky or
soft-
something.
Yeah. Kind of gets, it dries out a little bit naturally. But yeah, rice bowls are, oh, jeez. Rice
gonna rip
bowls
your headphones
are like a good, they make you full.
Yeah.
They're well stocked.
There was a business in Kansas City when we were there that they kind of started. She was a client at the gym that I was at, and they started this business, and it took off in Lawrence, and then they moved it had a few locations, but they did a lot of the rice bowls and stuff, and it wasn't super huge portions, just enough that you can get. But yeah, it was salads.
Did you live here when they had the Bountiful baskets?
See, I think they were still doing it at we didn't overlap much time.
Okay.
Or maybe it was when we were still coming back for the gym, but we
Yeah.
hadn't lived here yet, I think.
I did them.
Yeah.
I would go and get them.
Did you eat everything?
everything? No.
Well, the first summer that you did.
Well, Clarice was a baby at the time,
Yeah.
and we were doing she was starting to do table food, solid foods, and so I was like, this would be a really good opportunity to we were doing the baby led weaning where she was feeding herself instead of doing purees. I was like, this would be a great opportunity to get some
Vegetables in early.
some different stuff, and I did like it. I'm not gonna say, and I didn't waste a lot, but every once in a while I get something, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, sometimes it's questionable. That's your opportunity to expand.
It was neat. I was bummed out when they quit
Stopped doing it.
here.
Well, that first summer that you did the baskets or the boxes, they did a delivery box, like you picked them. And then we were in Kansas City to have Thai, I think, by the next summer, and we weren't here to be able to get them every week, but we did a pretty good job of eating a lot of what they brought, just because it's like, well, when it shows up on your doorstep,
Right.
Yeah.
you want to try to eat it so
Right.
it doesn't get wasted. But yeah, I don't know. It's good. So are you more convinced now to try?
I would be happy to try.
Try the salads.
No mushrooms, no bell
So
peppers. Anything else?
We don't have mushrooms, but we do use bell pepper. But maybe with the Thai peanut.
Yeah, but I don't even feel like it's a really strong pepper flavor. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge eat pepper person.
The thing about peppers, and this is what I hate, is that with a lot of things, if there's something in something that I don't like, I can pick it out.
Yeah.
Bell peppers are like a virus that just overtakes.
I
They are
picked that-
juicy.
Everything tastes like it once it touches the food, and it's ruined.
Well, hey, if that's the only 2 vegetables that you won't eat.
I think I'd be arugula, obviously.
Yeah.
Do it.
You have that in some of yours, don't you?
I have it like mixed in. I really love arugula, like a
Yeah.
whole salad, but it is strong.
It's
I
peppery.
think.
Yeah.
But Nathan obviously makes like homemade pizzas, and we put that on pizza, and that I like want that on every pizza, just because you get that like fresh with this like warm meal. So good.
It is very good.
Yeah.
See?
I would try that.
Try salad, baking vegetables differently.
I think smoothies are
Yeah.
like an amazing outlet because you can fit so many things in and you don't even know that they're there once they're blended. I mean,
Yeah, I'll always throw, if I do smoothies, I'll always throw at least a hand, like spinach.
Yeah.
in at
Oh
the
yeah,
very
it's an
least.
easy one because it doesn't really have any flavor once you get in there and mix it all together.
Yep.
yeah, it's kind of like some people need to go all in, but if you have to ease in, I think like, starting with the smoothie, or if you were trying to go vegan or plant-based, it'd be like, just take one day, and cut it out of there.
Yeah.
You have to, baby steps, but smoothies are like off the chain. I mean, it is a little bit harder in the winter because I'm like already freezing, and then now I'm really freezing.
You're eating.
But I think it's just a really great way to implement a lot of like, if you have a protein powder, because obviously, I don't eat meat, so I have to be pretty cautious. Just like that I'm getting all my proteins through plants or powder and supplementing B12 and whatnot. But so far blood work looks good. So
That's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
I
exciting.
think we also like, everyone just needs to kind of like listen to their bodies. If you are like trying to go plant-based, say, and you're like, I really need meat, like, maybe have that, and then the next day start back over. I think when we're more in tune with our bodies, it's just easier to listen, to be like, maybe more intentional eating. I think that's what I try to work on, because so many times I'll be hungry all day, having, and then we just like devour. I'm like, did I even breathe in that meal?
Nope, probably not.
So then I'm less intentional, or I'm snacking. So if we're just more intentional about what we eat, maybe will make us be like, do I want that, or do I really need it? Or,
Right.
Kind of think a little bit more.
And I
Easier
think your
said than
body
done,
does
but-
have a way, if you listen, because I've never listened, and now it's like,
now you're paying attention.
Now I'm
You're
like,
wait,
oh.
that's what that is. Well, and it doesn't have to be the all or nothing thing either,
Right.
And it doesn't even have to be a whole day. It could be,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just going to find replacements for breakfast.
Yeah.
What could I do differently for breakfast? And just roll with that for a while. And
well,
then
like I've been talking to you about I was like, I'm just going to eat eggs for breakfast.
Yeah.
Because I can't do the oatmeal.
right.
I want to keep it healthy. I want to get a lot of protein in the morning. So I'm like, fine, eggs it is. Well, after a little while of doing eggs, I was like, actually, these really hurt my stomach.
Yeah. Just wait a second. This
Took me a couple weeks to figure it out.
It's
I'm
like
a slow learner.
Well, but you figured it out.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
Now you switched it
so
up.
it's not eggs, apparently.
Well,
okay.
Okay.
I think just don't make it like, I think we make it so dreadful, or like we're so naturally hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
And just have fun with it, just maybe new adventure.
Just
not a new
try
adventure to
something
everyone.
new. Yeah.
Yeah, just trying new things, challenging yourself. But yeah, smoothies are, if you're looking for any, I think it's just such an easy gateway. Pop it all in the blender and push a button.
Yep.
Boom.
It's the gateway drug into plant-based.
I love
smoothies. Smoothies are legit.
Yeah.
Get a good blender because I think that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, we have a
I will
Vitamix.
say
Vitamix is like
Yeah.
key.
I think so too. I mean, there's some people that swear by their Ninja, but we've had both, and I don't really think you compare. I mean,
Never
it's an
had
investment.
a Ninja. It is an investment.
But if you're really wanting to, especially start adding vegetables that you want to get really chopped up so you can actually drink them, I think anything less than a Vitamix is going to be tough.
Yeah, sauces with like nuts. Like normally you can cook them and get them soft, but if you can literally pop raw cashews and it will be smooth.
Oh yeah. Yes.
God,
Soups.
Vitamix, yeah.
Soups are a great way in a Vitamix to get your vegetables in.
Yep.
So see, there we go.
Soup is in the winter, I think,
Oh, yeah.
like just as good as smoothies because you can just dump whatever in there
Yeah.
and have a
And
good
spices,
bowl.
have fun with spices. I think a lot of times that gets forgotten about how much you can change flavor with just getting familiar
Yeah.
with different spices and throwing that in. So
See, I'm still using the blender that we got from our wedding.
you need to upgrade, girlfriend.
Well, I
It'll
haven't
change
told
your
you the whole
life.
story.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. What's it? What is
It
it?
was a fine blender 15 years ago. I lost the lid to it. And so I have to hold a plate.
Oh,
Yeah, it's time. It's time.
It's been like on my list of like things I obviously need to do, but I don't use it all that often.
I mean, it's
Well,
impressive
that
because
is,
it can.
yeah.
it's loud
How do
because it
you-
like vibrates.
Oh no.
My kids go running out of the room. Mom's turning on the blender.
It's gonna just, I picture this like accidentally like moving, like the kids are doing something and you move and your hand slips and it's like, like mess all over.
You guys start talking about great blenders, and I'm like, oh god,
Sounds like a terrible idea.
Film that next time.
Yes, that's behind the scenes. We're making
all right, I'm getting a new blender now. It's out there.
I think we good. So, all right. Well, I think that that was a lot of helpful information.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to sit with us
Yeah.
tonight, Brittany. So,
I love how much you love it. I love how passionate
Oh, yeah.
you feel about
Could
like
talk food all day.
yeah.
What to put in your pantry.
Love
see,
it.
we'll have to do another episode then.
Yeah.
We'll have to have you back.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll have to chat more about.
I think
That
when we're
side of
less
it.
serious about it, it just makes it fun because I think, again, I'm not that old, but like as we get older, we realize that we can't control a lot of things in our
Yep.
life, but like food or like that is like one thing that
You can
we
control what
have
you're putting in your
control,
mouth.
yeah, what we put in our
100%.
mouth.
Absolutely. Just 100%.
It's important, but also don't stress yourself. Stress kills, so don't stress
Right.
yourself.
That's
out
right.
with it.
Exactly. See, it's just balance.
Yeah.
But yes, you can always control your eating. So make good
Ebbing and
choices.
flowing.
That's right. So, all right, there we go. So, do you love it or hate it? Like the whole, I mean, well, we did vegetables and they're not your fan, but like love the possibility.
I think
of,
it's something that I'm moving the meter.
Yeah, you
I
are.
would not have.
You would have hated
I
it like
wouldn't
a
have
year
ever
ago.
put spinach in a smoothie, and now I do it.
Right.
And
You're moving it.
I don't think I'll ever have a plant-based diet. I love it for people
Never
that love
say
it.
never.
Well,
Never say never.
I love it for people that love it. I'm not anti plant-based or
But you're still introducing
Yeah.
vegetables into your life. I
Which
think
is
that's
good.
what matters.
yeah.
Yep, for sure.
I love it,
We know you love it.
and I need to try a salad.
Yeah, you do.
Have to be like a super custom.
Which day do you bring them downtown? You either deliver.
We deliver now to Aurora on Tuesdays.
Okay.
So to houses and then to makers, yeah.
Okay. See? So there we go. Tuesday.
Maybe
Sunday.
like, I feel like a good one for you would be like the Thai.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
You know, it's
so
like
good.
everyone, I mean,
Yeah.
cannot go wrong with
Yeah.
the peanut
Nope.
sauce.
No, it's
Just-
delicious.
That sounds really
For
good.
your first salad, maybe just order an extra
Yeah.
dressing in case
Yeah.
you need.
and it's not ranch, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
No, it's a
It's
peanut
Valley.
dressing.
No.
no.
Oh, I
But
did
it's-
see a
it's
TikTok
good.
of there's ranch now you can buy out of a spray can, like a
good
whipped cream
Lord.
can.
Oh, interesting.
The guy tried it and he was like gagging.
I think the flavor. Ooh.
Don't get any food out of a can.
None.
That. Well,
Wait.
I mean, it's better than nothing, I
Okay.
guess. But that's
I would say
that might
like
be pushing it.
beans.
yeah.
Sometimes I
Canned
get-
We're not talking like
vegetables are
can.
okay.
We're talking like
Yeah,
aerosol.
aerosol,
Like,
right,
Like
yes.
whipped cream.
It's
the pressure. Yeah.
questionable.
I don't know that.
Wow, so they can do like swirlies on top of
Like
a chicken
that
nugget.
cheese whiz is like a chicken and a biscuit, a cracker, cheese whiz. Come
That's
on.
wheat thins.
Come on.
You put it on wheat thins.
No, chicken and a biscuit
You
is where
can't.
it's at.
No, you cannot put cheese whiz on or whatever. What is that can? It's not cheese whiz in the
It's
can.
not cheese whiz. I
What's
can't
that can thing? What's it called? I don't know, but you do not put it on chicken and a biscuit. It's wheat thins all the way.
No, chicken and a biscuit.
Okay. Well, to be continued. I guess that's a whole nother episode. We're gonna go.
All right, we gotta wrap up.
We gotta wrap up. So yeah, I mean, I love it. I loved it more once I learned at the way I like to eat them. Like
Yeah.
cooking it makes a huge difference. So I love other people cooking vegetables for me all day,
Yeah.
every day. I just am lazy.
Yeah, I
to do
know.
it my
I mean,
own.
we all love when other people cook.
Of
Yeah.
course, it's so much better.
Yeah.
so much better. So
When you get to kick back, relax.
yeah, and just kind of like hang out, and
Yep.
it shows up
Yeah.
nice and warm. So yeah, I love it. It's good. Should try it. And until next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to head over to our Instagram at Nacho Fitness Coach and let us know how you feel about the topic. Do you love it or hate it?
Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe or follow button wherever you're listening. And if you like our podcast, leave us a rating. See you next time.
You've been listening to Euphony Innovatives Sonified.